I don't know how you even track this. You have every stage. And well, the good news is you'll only be doing this now for the next 18 years.
Oh God, stop, please. No, I mean, it's fine. I got a few years before she enters school. So I'm trying to, she's like an aside for this, but.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the Real Agents Podcast, a podcast where our mission, should we choose to accept it, is discuss life, real estate, and everything in between. So if you like your advice and insights shaken and not stirred, well, then this is the podcast for you. That's Nicole Dash.
And that's Eric Harrington.
And we are the
Real Agents. Nice. So, Eric.
What?
I don't know about you, but this time of year is really, really stressful for parents. I know now you're like beyond this point, but oh my gosh, back to school, it is just too much. It's too much.
I do not envy you one bit. I went to the mall the other day and I saw all these parents just looking like someone had, stuck nails in their face, like just ripped their fingernails off, and they were carrying around book bags and shoes and dragging their kids around. And I thought, thank God I don't have to deal with that anymore.
Oh my gosh. It's like, in terms of money, it's like Christmas, right? In terms of, and I have too many kids and all at different stages. And my girls are like, let's go shopping. I have to put a budget on them. And then my son, who's going to be a senior, literally, I am dragging him. I'm like, please, don't you need? He's like, sure.
I don't know how you even track this. You have every stage. And well, the good news is you'll only be doing this now for the next 18 years.
Oh God, stop, please. No, I mean, it's fine. I got a few years before she enters school. So I'm trying to, she's like an aside for this, but and my son, who's entering his senior year, got his senior portraits taken. So it's like the kickoff of his senior experience. So all of this, so that there'll be more traffic on the roads for everybody.
And that's just wonderful. That is so great. Speaking of traffic, I live down on the 95, way down south.
Yeah, no man land.
They're opening up the Easy Pass lane this week.
It was closed. See, those of us who don't know.
Yeah. Well, no, so they've been working on the Easy Pass lane for I think like 4 years.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Yeah, and I guess a big part of it opens up this week, and I am so excited. You talk about it's like Christmas. Yeah, you're excited about school. I'm excited about traffic. That's it. So
how much more time will you cut off your commute once they open it, do you think?
I have no idea. I just like the idea that there's a change now. So
that you get to pay more to drive home.
Yes.
You like the idea that you get to pay more. That's good.
Viva la difference. Give me a different route every time. Yes. No, I'm excited about it. I really think it's not going to change a damn thing. But yeah, hey, it's something different. It's new.
Yep. Exciting. Well, since we live in our cars, as we talked about in the last episode, eating in our cars.
Yes.
Everything, right? Now you get to do it in a different way, which is great.
Yes. And yes, we do live in our cars, and that is a great segue into our next little bit, isn't it?
It is. I kind of went, I fed it to you.
I know you did. And I'm trying to figure out how to connect the dots here. No, so we have a fantastic guest with us today, folks. You are going to get into you're going to learn so much about what it takes to run a team efficiently, because this gentleman, I let the cat out the bag, this gentleman that we have coming on, he is kind of the brains and the heart into what goes on with getting homes ready, that prep for when you put your house on the market. This is the guy who kind of makes sure everything's on track.
Yep. And he spends all his time on the road, so that's the connection.
and has a badass car too.
He drives a couple of different vehicles for us. But he is seriously, his department that he's the team lead on is the secret sauce for our team.
Right?
It's a secret sauce. It is what differentiates us from so many other teams and is very much in part why we're successful.
Yeah. Yeah. And it really is when you think about what separates us, and they talk about our agents and all they do. And then, yeah, they can only do so much, but the visual part of it, that part that, goes on behind the scenes, that people, when they walk into a house and they go, wow, this looks great. It's his team that makes that happen. Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
We're going to take a break, but before we go on break, I just want to remind you folks, like and subscribe. Go ahead, click that little bell, and leave us a review. How many stars does that review have to be, Nicole?
5 stars. Only 5 stars.
Only 5 stars. Even if you hate us.
No, they don't hate us. They love us.
You sure about that?
Because there's only 2 people watching, so it's okay.
I know. So both of them. Okay, yeah, I think both of them love us.
They love
All right.
us.
Anyway, please like and subscribe while we're on break, and then we'll be right back. All right, and we're back. And today's topic is, what is the deal with directionals? And we have the expert, Nicole. Who do we got with us?
We have an amazing person who is the lead of the department that really is what separates us from almost any other team around. I don't know anyone else who has such an amazing group of people, an amazing operational process. And Kyle Seguine.
Seguine.
I know. Sorry.
It's okay.
Kyle,
it's okay. It's okay.
Kyle Seguine.
It's okay.
He is our operations coordinator, but he's also the lead of that entire department that is really out there behind the scenes, in their car, driving around, solving problems, making sure that all of our listings are operational. Everything from gorgeous. I mean, everything from delivering signposts to lockboxes to directionals to the booties that go into the houses, and helping coordinate all of the staging. I mean, you name it. If there is something that needs to be done to get a home ready to get on the market, he knows about it, has his hands in it, is coordinating it, and he has saved my butt many times. So welcome.
And I'm just gonna add one more thing. Best shoe game in town.
Best wardrobe in town.
Okay. This is quite an introduction.
It's supposed to be befitting, right? That's what our producer said.
I'm blushing. So I appreciate it. Thank you very much for having me.
Kyle, you look great, man.
Thank you.
You look great. Thanks for coming.
I had to hop out of the cave for once in my life and just come out here and see the people.
How come now? All right, you're known for a few things around the office, and I think at the top of the list of what Kyle is known for, besides your amazing work ethic and getting things done, it is that amazing head of hair.
Aha, yes.
How do you have that amazing head of hair trapped under a hat right now?
We can't appreciate it now.
So, partially genetics is having me hide this underneath the hair because we're not so young as we used to be when we first started here.
No!
As much as I like to have a youthful energy, it's been about 6 or 7 years now. So that.
Yeah. Well, how did you get started 6 or 7 years ago?
Surprisingly enough, it was a Craigslist ad. I was in between careers. I had spent a lot of time working at a restaurant. I was general manager, bartender, line cook, did all the jobs there you could imagine. And I was looking to get into a actual career that didn't have me working until 2 a.m. every night. So I did what anybody, a millennial my age, does, is I hop on Craigslist and just spray out as many as many applications as I can. And luckily our wonderful operations executive reached out to me and gave me a call.
Laura?
Yes, Laura gave me a call, and surprisingly, I had to re-Google the company name after she said who it was I had applied for and I had an interview with. So.
And you actually didn't start in outside services.
I actually did. So
you did? Okay.
Yeah, so I started in outside services. So when I first started, I was trained by one of our agents, John Attilis.
Okay.
He was actually the person that took me under his wing, showed me the ropes. So I
you
took
were
over for
a
him.
TA. You were working as a
Yeah.
TA.
No,
That's
so
right.
yeah, so I started as a just outside services doing that, and then I took the test to get my real estate license. Was going to become a transaction coordinator. Spent about a month or two behind a desk, and I realized that that's not really
Yeah, I hear you.
what I'm built for. I like the open road.
Yeah.
Although when I started, I guess it was in that period of time when you were behind the desk, and you were really good. I mean, you were on top of it. Like you may like being on that open road and just not being strapped to a desk, but you have, you can do many things.
I like to consider myself a jack of all trades. I'm a quick learner, so things come pretty quick to me, and I take pride in my work. So I think
I remember there was a little like overlap there too. I can remember you were doing both, and you were killing it at both, and you were also pulling that beautiful hair out because I think you were just like overworked without a doubt. Now, talk to us about what you do on a daily basis. Like when does the day start? What does it start with, and how do you wrap up?
So normal day starts for me about 8 o'clock. I like to hop on the computer, see what kind of stuff is going on for the day. Since we can have listings from anywhere, our main bread and butter, as people know, is in Fairfax County, but sometimes we have stuff all the way in Aldi in the west of Loudoun, down south. We go down to Stafford, Fredericksburg, Alexandria. We even dabble in Maryland sometimes. So I like to get a little hop on stuff in the morning just to kind of see where people need to be. And then from there, it's tackling what needs to be done. Sometimes it's staging moves at 9 a.m. in Alexandria. Sometimes it's meeting a photographer. Sometimes it's getting trash cans pulled out from the curb so pictures don't look terrible. We pick up HOA documents, maybe pick up a little lunch for everybody at the office. You never know. It's exciting. Every day is absolutely different. So
it's really cool. It's like you have your set things that your team has to do and does fantastically. I mean, it really one step ahead of everything, but you're also there to fill in the cracks to when the ball gets dropped, you guys pick it up right away. And it's amazing how often and how overlooked it is when something does go south and how quickly you guys are able to rectify the situation. I mean, and that it stems from, leadership all the way at the top, but you're just a perfect fit for that group. I mean, you really do kill it, man.
Thank you.
Good job.
I appreciate that.
Well, you definitely have to be a jack of all trades, and you have to be patient because, wow, how many times I know I'm, one of 7 of us on the listing side. And, how many times I've been like, staging needs to be picked up tomorrow. The lockbox is still on the door. And Kyle is always so responsive and just so cool and collected and kind of like helps to calm us down when we're like, wait. And he's like, no problem. How's 9 a.m.? I'm like, really?
It's good to be adaptable. It's good to have that mentality, especially when you get an angry homeowner that calls Carolyn and is like, hey, can you get
calls
this?
The police.
Yeah, or calls the police. Yeah, we've had that happen. We've had people not greeted by not so friendly dogs that we're told were friendly, but hey, it's part of the job. But it feels great to be able to help people get those houses and people find houses, and that's what we do.
You got to tell us, is there one story that sticks out that's just like nutball crazy that you can share? Is there one door that you opened and didn't expect to see what you saw?
So I mean, you find in Fairfax, because there's some older homes. It's been one of the most lived in areas of the United States for a long time. You find some creepy basements, and one basement I remember in particular, you go down and there were some chains hanging on the wall, and it kind of had a kind of spooky feel. But that, I mean, definitely
Dungeness.
And what did you do? What did you have to do in that basement?
I was trying to find a place to hide some extra furniture we had. So,
oh my gosh.
Yeah, I just opened a door and it was just like made that like Scooby-Doo.
You were like, and now I'm out of here.
Yeah, but usually, so it's not always murder basements we're dealing with. It's
Not
more
always.
like being out, putting directionals on corners and putting up the for sale signs on the signposts and just being out and about in the wonderful sunshine.
If you had to put a number on it, how many miles do you think you drive in a week?
In a week, oh, I would say a busy week, I can hit 250 easily. But
Really?
so yeah, easy. Now mine's a little more now that I've moved out a little further from the office because my commute's a little heavier. But yeah, when those weeks we're putting 12, 14 houses on the market, we're putting close to 200-300 miles.
Wow,
I
that's
thought
a
it would be
lot.
a little bit more. I thought it'd be a little bit more.
So in those busy seasons, we have additional staff. We have like interns that come and help us out. So we can spread that workload
Spread
out.
it out. Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So since you brought up directionals, there's always that neighbor in the community that's taking down, stealing, removing directionals. And there's such a debate, like, do directionals matter? Does it matter? I know as a listing agent, I have clients all the time that are like, you're going to put up the signs, right? Pointing. Are you going to, do you have enough signs? How come you have to take them down on Monday? All these questions about the signs. So, I'd love to hear from your perspective. What do you think about those darn directionals and about those neighbors that like to steal our signs?
So directionals are a hot button topic. When I first started, I'm going to be honest, I didn't see the value in the directionals. I just thought it was busy work. I thought it was just like stuff to do. But as I have seen how the process works, about how it's usually starts like a phone call to Carolyn for a listing, usually starts with either that phone, that number they see on that directional sign or a mailing piece they get. It's the simple stuff like those directionals pointing to a house that generates easy leads sometimes.
Yeah, it's a big part of the marketing, isn't it?
It's huge. And especially when with the innovation we see with our team and our leads and our marketing department, they're putting stuff on top of it where you can get home values texted to you. You can see pictures of an interior of a home. So I think in today's age of electronics and emails and everything as fast as possible, I think directionals are actually underrated. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Good point.
What are some of the rules?
Hot takes on so in Fairfax County, there is what they have the 99 roads, as we call them. It's a list of 99. It started with 99. I'm pretty sure it's over 99 roads that are highly trafficked roads that Fairfax County prefers that you not have your signs up on during the weeks. So they allow you to put open, like for our directionals on the weekends, we put a little rider on top that says open house, usually what day it is. Fairfax County is okay with signs on their 99 roads as long as there is currently an open house going on. Now, if you leave those directionals out during the week and they're there, you'll usually get a picture from Fairfax County's Public Works, City Works, with the GPS coordinates of where your sign is, and I've got to send somebody out to go get it. And if we don't usually go get it, we will get a fine.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
How long does that usually take? I mean, is that an immediate thing, or they give you
so the picture thing is with the GPS coordinates is a relatively recent thing. The fine has been a thing since I believe probably my second year. So
wow.
Yeah. And the bigger the team is, the more they're monitoring you, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Like we have no room for error because maybe the individual agent that has sells like just a couple a year, they may get away with it because no one's paying attention to them, but people are paying attention to us, better or worse, right? I mean, it's a good thing overall that we're noticed, but in that situation, it's not fun.
It's what I've noticed too over the years. I remember when I first started, or maybe when I had been there a couple of years, so we're going back like 9 years. I was driving down Rolling Road on a Monday, and you know where the police station is on Rolling and like just I guess just west of Old Keene Mill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the police station there.
Yep.
I'm driving down the road, and there were probably 20 of our signs right in front of the police station. Someone had picked up all of our signs around Kings Park and just set them all right up, pointing at the police station. And I was just, what is that all about? And then when I went to the office, I guess, and I didn't realize this. Yeah, there's a huge part of the community. I know, mind blown. Huge part of the community that doesn't like real estate signs. And I always thought, well, we're just trying to help people sell their homes. And ultimately, if we sell their home, that helps you increase the value of their home. So why don't you just get it? But I can see how it can be a bit of an eyesore for some people. And and I guess that's when I think it started to ramp up that the signs they can go up on a Friday, but they have to come down on Monday. And I get it. It was just pretty funny seeing all the signs in the police department.
Yeah, I've actually had a guy yell at me while he was driving by in his car while I was trying to put up a sign. He's like, "Hey, you can't do that." And then just kept on driving by.
You're so good that your personality is what it is, because you probably deal with a lot.
I have an open house. I'm allowed to.
Yeah. Thanks for the tip.
So you've seen scary basements. You've been yelled at. Any other stories of note about staging or signage or?
So I mean, there's lots of going on. Luckily, one day I was wearing in the summer, for some reason I was wearing a really thick like denim jeans, but luckily for that day, whatever reason, was the day I decided to get bit by a dog. But the thing is I still love dogs. I can't ever blame that dog because he's going through a move of getting rid of he's got all these people coming through his house. Yeah. He has no idea, so it is what it is.
Yeah.
Take it with stride, right? Take it with stride.
I'm just mad he wouldn't let me pet him. That's all.
Now you carry treats.
I'm a good
treats
guy.
with you everywhere. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that's all right. That's scary.
So just a little bit off topic, but I guess it's still on topic. You're a local. You grew up in Woodbridge, didn't you?
Yes. So I went to school at Osborne Park in Manassas.
All right.
So I have lived in Manassas, Woodbridge my entire life up until probably about a year and a half ago now. I moved to Warrenton, Virginia. So we are out in Fauquier County now.
Oh, wow. What's that commute? So does he beat you, Eric, for commuting?
As far as commute goes, yeah. I think so. Yeah.
Mileage, maybe. So it's about, luckily my easy hot lanes, easy express lanes, they go both ways all the time. Yes. I don't have mine's not that hot lane switch that 95 does. 66 got one thing for right. So it's 55 minutes. Usually, and if I time it right, like I let out all the other people going to work first, I leave like probably around 10. I usually can avoid traffic usually, but it's very rarely I get to decide when I get to leave my house. So
I have been to Kyle's house in Warrenton, and it is absolutely gorgeous. It's beautiful. Yes, I would live in Warrenton if I got to live in your house. I would live in Warrenton anyway. It's a beautiful place. I think the president has like a secret home there, doesn't he? You know this, Kyle.
Okay,
right?
so Warrenton has what they call a continuation of government facility, and they also have like back in the 70s, like during the Cold War era, they had a CIA training facility, FBI training facility out here.
Training facility,
which I still believe they still do, but who knows?
All right.
Whatever wow. Happens. That's some cool facts. I didn't even know about that.
This is why we talk to Kyle, because he's got all the.
He knows all.
There is, and I believe if you take a 30-minute ride north of here, you hit the plains, and Robert Duvall has a ranch out there. Yeah, he actually there was a.
That's right, he does.
The town of Warrenton has a little bit of beef with Amazon now. So we had a little town hall because they were trying to build a data center, or they are building a data center, and he came and gave a speech at
That's right. I remember seeing that on the news.
Yep, that was right. That was 5 minutes. That's like a 10-minute walk into town.
Are you and Bobby Duvall tight? You guys hang out?
Yeah. He actually gives me. I actually give him scripts, and sometimes he gives me acting lessons. So like it's a it's a mutual friendship. Just
You guys do like
Robert,
a whole
just kidding. Robert Duvall, if you hear this, please be my friend.
So on that long commute of yours, you're listening to our podcast, right?
Of course.
Of course.
I'm a huge podcast
Without a
person.
doubt.
Of course, got that podcast, got the Real Agents podcast going on the Huberman. I don't know if you guys are into that one.
No. But please share. Is it good?
He's a Stanford neuroscience guy.
Oh, come on,
Ah,
man.
what's he
Are you
talking
saying come
about?
on?
Oh, he
Sneakers?
talks about a whole bunch. No, he talks about a whole bunch of cool stuff. He talks like it's actually like I think what he does is he talks about some of the stuff he researches there at Stanford and how you can apply it to like your daily life. So one of the things he's talked about recently is to make sure you get like natural sunlight into your eyes as early as you can if you have trouble sleeping at night, because I guess the early sunlight in your eye helps trigger like your circadian rhythms later in the day.
Interesting.
What is a circadian rhythm? Anyway,
now
I just feel
we're talking
stupid.
we're talking
Thank you,
directional.
Kyle.
Now we're getting
Sorry,
deep.
sorry.
Now we're
Holy
getting off
smokes.
the deep end.
Well, who got this guy?
I railroaded you guys.
Oh,
They were
man.
At first we were worried about you guys. Sorry,
All right,
I'm the distraction here.
The
All right, let's take
circadian
us back to-
rhythm
yeah,
has to do
yeah.
with directional placement. Okay.
Speaking of circadian rhythms,
There's a rhythm of the directions.
Yes, the rhythm of the directions.
Is
And
it
it's
a
not
song?
just directions. Yeah. So it's not just directionals, right? What
Yeah.
else? What is the favorite thing that you do?
Pick up lunch for the office.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you get first choice, right?
Yeah,
You get
I
first-
can't
first dibs?
I can't argue with picking up lunch for the office. My favorite thing is honestly anything that takes me on a long drive, like a nice, like anything out to like Ashburn or Great Falls or
Yeah, I can dig it.
anything to Aldi. I will take that up in an instant because it gives me an excuse to take a drive.
Yeah.
That's great. See, I would think it'd be the opposite. I would think you'd look at your day and be like, oh man, I gotta go.
See,
all the way over there."
that's what's good about having
Yeah.
having a team is everybody likes to do something different. Our teammate Angel loves the staging. She will sit there and stage a house all day. I can't sit still long enough to be any help at staging because I just like, okay, what's my next task? What's my next task? What's my next task? So she's able
You
to
got a
just go
great
with the
support
flow.
staff, don't you?
We do. I do. I got a great team. I do.
Yeah.
That's great. And it really is. I mean, circling it back to why we're successful. I mean, when I'm in a listing an appointment, right, and I'm trying to sign a client and I'm sharing part of our value proposition, I always have my like my script, right? What I say. And I say, if I was an independent agent, I worked for myself, I'd have to put up my own signposts, put up directionals, my own lockbox, deliver the booties, stage the home myself. I would do all of those things by myself, and that would take away focus from what's most important, which is you. And so I am so lucky I have this amazing team behind me that allows me to focus in on what's most important, and that's guiding you, advising you, and getting you up top dollar for your home. So like that's part of our pitch. Like you are one of our major value propositions, this part of our team, and the fact that we're always just like, what is it? Thank God for Kyle. Like, what would Kyle do? What would we talk about you all the time on the listing side? So
Teamwork
He's
makes
really-
the dream work, and it's
yeah.
it's that whole thing of this is the stuff that people don't think about. No one, they think that this stuff just happens. They think that the signs just go up. They think that, the booties just show up. The trash can that goes with the booties just shows up. But there's someone doing it, and it's happening on a regular basis, and it's always there, and it's consistent. And yeah, I mean, yeah, it really raises the bar for what we have to offer as a team.
Yes.
And it's because you guys have got this down.
It takes a village. It does.
Yeah.
So we're happy to help. Everyone on my team genuinely likes to help people and likes to be kind and empathetic. So
what's for lunch next week?
You're gonna have to ask Carolyn.
All right.
I don't get to
He doesn't get
order.
to pick. He just gets to pick it up and eat it.
Yeah.
Which
All
is
right. Well,
good.
then, we did kind of.
No, she's
talk about
always
this a little bit.
taking recommendations. So if you want something,
All right. I got a couple
Yeah.
ideas. I got some ideas. I like bar taco, right? Anyway, you just recently, I know why you like to take drives, because you just got a 2023 Canary Yellow.
Nitro Yellow.
Nitro Yellow, is that what it's called?
Nitro
Toyota Celica Supra.
Yeah.
And this
Oh.
thing, it is
I haven't
dope.
seen it yet.
Oh,
Is
it's
Ooh.
badass. Can I say badass?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. How do you like it?
I love it. I thought I liked to drive before I bought that car, but I genuinely get upset when I have to drive something else other than my car.
Right?
It's literally like I go take my dogs for a walk and I'm like, do I want to take them with me or do I want to just go get coffee by myself so I can drive my car? And I gotta be like, no, get the car. You can fit the dogs in. They need exercise. But no, I absolutely love that car.
Look, I have a rule, and I have a few rules, but one of them is if you're going to
Buy a
spend
new car all the time.
Yes.
If you're going to spend a ton of time in your vehicle, you should at least love that experience, right? So
Absolutely.
It's worth every penny. Spend the money on a car. Well, maybe not every penny, but good job.
You need to be reasonable, and
yes.
And we can talk a different time about being reasonable. It's not something I'm good at. I can talk to you about not being reasonable.
No, reasonable doesn't work into my vocabulary.
That is something that I want. I wanted to be able to get in my car every time, and even if I'm having a terrible day, to be able to have a smile brought to my face, and like just thinking about my car makes me smile. So
nice.
That's great.
Job,
so you're definitely have the right job because you're not stuck behind a desk. You are on the move, on the go, on the road, and
can I call you?
Not to brown nose anything too hard, but that's what's great about DDA is that I can be in real estate, but I don't have to be an agent. I love real estate. I love architecture. I love seeing different houses. I love being out and about. And it's great that there is other routes than being an agent in real estate. And
that's one of the things that I really appreciate about you too. You're not only you're looking at the other side of this too.
Mm-hmm.
Like you realize that you work in this industry and there is an avenue for you to be successful participating in it too. Because we've gone out and looked at some properties together.
We've gone to grid.
Yeah. And you're always trying to broaden your horizons with this. And just talking to you for a little bit, you're a pretty smart guy. That's obvious. And I love that about you, that you're not stuck down this one lane. You're looking all over. How are you going to broaden make yourself more money in this industry, not just doing what you're doing, but hitting some investments, doing some work, hustling a little bit.
If I ever need an ego boost, I'm just gonna book myself on this.
You just come back on the podcast a couple of times. Exactly. You'll feel really good. Well, and I wanted to point out something you said about being part of real estate and in real estate. And there's so many ways you can be a part of the real estate process without being an agent. And I just think that that's so important for people to kind of hear, because there are people who love houses, love the process, love learning about it, but they're just like, selling, not so much my thing. But there are other ways to get involved.
There is. Yeah, it's great. And I think most of part of that is finding your community that's helpful and that's able to support you. So I think you guys got a good thing.
I brought this up a little bit earlier, and I got to go back to it. Let me see the shoes, man. What are you rocking right now? Come on, let me see the shoe game.
He's barefoot. He's barefoot.
You're gonna put me on the spot. I literally got to go.
I put you on the spot.
No.
Pull him out. When he has, you have like a shoe for every outfit, right? No.
Dude, shoe game is off the chain.
So I would probably say I could probably wear a different pair of shoes for like 2 weeks straight. But I've kind of cut back a little bit. We've sold a few because I was able to get a couple highly coveted pairs. So it made less sense for me to let them sit in my closet than to sell them for a nice chunk of change. So
sneakerheads be jealous. This kid got game, yo. He got game. I can't believe you're not going to break out a pair of this.
I can't.
We're gonna drop some in later. You're gonna.
I'll send Eli a picture so he'll throw them in like a thumbnail or something.
Right.
Flash
we're always giving him chores with graphics, and he's always like, "Oh man, right here." No.
Yes, put it right there.
Right there.
One pair and put one there. Yeah, come on, you could do it. All right, look, this has been absolutely fantastic. I think we're going to take a quick break right now, and then we're going to come back. But Kyle, you're the man, dog. Thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
All right, we'll be right back. And we're back, and that dude is awesome, isn't he?
Oh, Kyle's great. He's a kind, good soul, and he's good at what he does. He really is a jack of all trades. So
yeah, and he's got that attitude. It's like you meet people who are just cool. You know, I mean, I don't want to say laid back, because laid back it has that laziness connotation, and he's definitely not lazy. He's just always at that even keel. Like if you need someone to talk to that isn't gonna bring you down. I don't know how else to describe it. You know, he's always even keel, always has something like awesome to say, and just a pleasure to be around. I really do.
He has that vibe about him that cool without trying. People could gravitate towards him, and he's like, I don't know. It's hard. There are just some people have that way about them, and he's definitely one of those. So
like the dude abides. He's like the dude. He's like a younger version of the dude. If you guys know what that is. Anyway, all right. It was a great week last week. Did you do anything interesting? Anything fun?
No, I don't know. What did I do? What did you do?
I did not see Barbie.
Oh, I saw Barbie. Yeah, you were setting it up for me. Sorry.
I know.
What did I do? No, it was actually really cool. I took my daughters and my mother-in-law and my daughter-in-law, and we all wore pink, and we went to Barbie, and I cried a few times.
How do you cry at Barbie?
Listen, this is a multi-layered, beautiful movie that just had so many messages. I want to see it more than once, because and especially as a woman and a Gen X woman, right? Who's in that generation watching it. It was just very relatable. And there was a lot of dynamics like mothers and daughters, and just the expectations of women, and then the role of men in society even. I mean, it just was so good. And Ryan Gosling was incredible. Great.
Well, he's awesome in everything.
He's good at everything.
Ryan Gosling.
He's just, he's so talented. And then America Ferrera, she has a monologue that it's like someone was sharing it on Facebook, and I screenshotted it and sent it to my daughters afterward.
Really?
And they were both like, "You're ridiculous." They thought I was ridiculous because I was so into it. I was like, that was a movie for me. Okay.
The Barbie movie changed my life. Hey, you know what? I'm not gonna mock it. I bet it's amazing. I'm probably gonna go see it on Tuesday. That and Oppenheimer. I'm gonna make it a Barbenheimer day.
People have been doing that. I want to see Oppenheimer too. I need to figure out a time for it. So
one of those, Barbie and Oppenheimer, one of those two is a true story. I'm not sure which one it is though.
Oh, definitely Barbie.
Yeah, right.
Definitely.
Well, it's always awesome hanging out with you, Nicole. Thank you so much for being that amazing young lady that you are. And remember, folks, like and subscribe. Please review, rate, give us 5 stars, and leave a comment. Right?
Yeah. Give us a comment. Let us know what you think about Barbie, Directionals, Oppenheimer, everything.
Our producer better put some of Kyle's shoes up on the screen, because his shoes are
How is he going to do it?
I don't know. Figure it out.
Maybe a social media post or something.
Figure it out.
He's like, done. He's done. Well, thank you. And join us next time for
Real Agents of Fun,
Real Agents of Change,
and Real Agents of Real Estate. And like and subscribe. I
Like
said that like 6
we
times.
said it.
He's
Mr.
going on this.
Producer, he's going like this.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
I'm like, what are we missing?
I know. I think I said it like 4 or 5 times, Mr.
Yeah.
Producer.
All right. So next time, start over.
We're such a mess. All right, one more time. Take 7. No more?
No,
you know what?
he
No,
said
we're
it's okay.
you know what, Nicole?
Leave it all in.
No,
Leave it all in.
Leave all this in. All right. We love you guys.